Righty-ho. So quick it's daft. So, getting files off into a file store. Something understood this morning. I think it was on using nature as a meditative corrective. Right. Yes, fine. It's always overdone. And we had some sections of Zen Buddhism. The problem with all of this, so Zen is actually, I have to charge my battery for 10 minutes, and it's noisy. It's much nicer to have the engine off. So, charging the engine, but also I have to charge the computer. That makes a noise. So do the two things at the same time. Now, I'm not going to get into this situation, but what is true meditation? It is waking up in the morning. I love my first minute or two. And it's not all the wrong words are used. Words like paranoia, etc. Or even dark thoughts. I'm thinking, putting stuff onto online or anything like that. Now, one person alone sort of licensed inadvertently, seeing how she chucks a lot of stuff. But I've chucked stuff in the past, but I keep it I chuck splurges of stuff. In fact, I'd forgotten. I was looking through some old files to get rid of them, or rather rationalise the use of storage space. Right, I got to do this so quickly. I do not want another 15 bloody gigabytes of doodah. And 3 years ago, I did a splurge. I did 4 or 5 videos, just short ones, 10-minute ones, because I wanted to try and communicate with an individual person I was communicating with. That's kind of how I use, or have used, video and audio. But then, 9 months ago, really let go. And that's good. That's really, really good. But it's like, I have to carry on this in an audio. The point is, it's like, splurge. But I was listening to the BBC Limelight series last night, and it was actually all right. It's quite well done. And in episode 3 or 4, and the only reason I was listening to it is because it takes ages to get a 2 gig up into the cloud. Just takes about an hour. So I've got to be so organised for this, to just free off some space. And I don't want to really make any more videos. But I was listening, and it's like, it's a completely natural thing for the 30-year-old character, male character, and that, I've got to be doing this on holiday or on a trip in India. I've got to put this into my YouTube channel. It's all right. However, there's a fundamental thing that, so I sort of wake up in the morning and it's like, but then, it's not about, it's not about being frightened of appearing narcissistic. It's actually, there's nothing wrong with letting go into the new paradigm. However, what matters, and I do think it's almost a kind of rule of existence. Over 50, we've got to be able to pass on, and that's the key thing. Pass on. It's about letting go. Pass on the wisdoms. And something crystallized in my head this morning, which I kind of have long thought. It's like, yeah, that's a really good thing to pass on, to point out how there have been changes which are probably not very good. But before we get to that, which I will do briefly in an audio that probably nobody will listen to, you see, all that matters, people, I think so many people are in a paradigm of caring that they have somehow fizzed into somebody else. Nobody's fizzed into me. And a thing I've had in my head for for about 4 or 5 years, as another really good example of it's Whitey's got the problem. It came back a couple of days ago. Came back in a thought. And then I thought I'd lost it. It's like, because I didn't have time to write it down. But then when I woke up this morning, and I haven't had enough sleep, but it's absolutely crystal clear. It's freshly minted in my put it down. Because what we're doing is, like, through programs like Something Understood, we're far too much focusing on reasonable nuggets of wisdom. I mean, the Coleridge poem was great. Yeah, that's great to hear. But we're focusing on nuggets of wisdom that are not of our contemporary time. And that's what we need. We need the nuggets of wisdom for the now, for this contemporary period. And I got one, which I'm going to put in a short audio. Meanwhile, this takes forever, so it has to be so well. But you don't actually have time to plan it. You've got to be planning. This is going back to the territory thing. It's like the territory this morning is, I've got Wi-Fi here, but also, the other thing. See, it was raining 10 minutes ago, and that's a pleasure. I love it when it rains because it obscures what I'm doing. I don't like it that if somebody comes past, this is a kind of, what's somebody doing there? I'm just uploading. I just take bits of video, and I've thought of several ways that they could be actually beneficial in terms of nature, just in a silly, small way. But it's like, and this, I noticed this in Hay on Wye 20 years ago. Oh, you got a laptop. You must be, I used to go to the pub and write on my laptop a bit some of the time. Must be up to some no good. That's unfortunately, amazingly, the setting still. And I don't like that, so I like to be obscured. Right? And that's what the rain's for.